Hello, everybody. We are back with another episode of the White Mountain Endurance Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Caron, and I am joined by the wonderful Marylyn, as well as Jackie and Nick. We've got quite the crew tonight. So, yeah, glad to have you guys on. Good to see you all this evening.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Great to be here. Great to see you guys.
Yeah, so it's race week here on the East Coast, and we're just gearing up for a big few days ahead. So yeah, very excited. I know, Marilyn, you're managing a lot, but hopefully you're finding some time to sleep before the next the weekend where you won't be getting very much sleep at all. So yeah, we're here to talk about Jigger Johnson Ultra, which is taking place this coming weekend in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire, with the 100-mile, the 50-mile, and the 20-mile. And the 20-mile being part of the White Mountain Endurance Cup, the third race in the series. We have, I think, the biggest field yet of Jigger Johnson, which is really exciting. And yeah, just some strong contenders, some people who have been here for almost every edition of the event and continue to come back for more. This race has sort of, I feel like it's become this thing of its own and this real classic here in the Northeast. So excited to dive into it with the three of you. And I thought the best place to start is sort of rewinding to 2022, the first year of this race, back with the 50 miler and the 100K. The three of you were OG members of the class of 2022. And Marylyn, you want to share more about just sort of the origin story of this event?
Yeah, it was so exciting, and I out of all of the ultras that I have done over the years, it's like I talk about this particular one so much because it was just such an incredible experience. It was the first year, White Mountain Endurance had Christine and Ram had created this amazing race, and the 50 miler, there were 8 of us who ran the 50 miler, and the 100K, there were 17 that started and 10 that finished. So in the 50 mile, there were 8 of us. There were 3 women. It was Jackie and myself and Mary Moon. And it was such an amazing experience because it was like the first ever, ultra race, like that distance going through the White Mountains. So it was like this thing like, oh my God, are they really doing this event? And it was just, so it was something that was really, really cool. And just the camaraderie that we had during that race. I always share this story with so many people about how we worked together through the race. Everybody, sure, you want to do well and you're racing, but we helped each other through like the whole thing. We were like leapfrogging and helping one another get through certain whatever, maybe we weren't feeling great or helping with the course. And it was just such a great experience that I'll never forget. So it was really amazing. Yeah.
And I feel like for us, when that came about, it was like, wow, this sounds like just a beast of a race. Can we even do this? But we signed up, figured we'd give it a shot, and it was wild. But like you said, we'd flip flop, and I can remember us taking a wrong turn in Hancock Notch in the middle of the night. Figure out how to get back on the trail, and then Junior Pacer coming up and kind of saved us from that predicament.
And had you guys met before this, Marylyn, and like, do you guys know each other before this event? Or
but I think we kind of got closer during that event.
Oh,
I think it like brought us to this whole new level of friendship.
That's awesome.
So, that was really cool. So to see it grow, and then just to see it grow over the years is just so amazing. So it's really cool to see so many people wanting to come out and experience this and getting the opportunity to be a part of it.
And what would you say surprised you? Like, was it everything you expected the first year? What was sort of maybe unexpected about it? Or what surprised you about maybe the course? Or
for me personally, I spend so much time in the White Mountains, and a lot of the course I had already spent so much time on, just on regular, just being out there playing around or for training. But the section that I had never done just to go out and do was the Tremont section. So for me personally, that was like the biggest. I was like, oh, it's Tremont, no big deal. I'd never done it before. And the very first training day that I did, I was like, oh my God. It really like totally took me by surprise. I was not expecting that at all, especially the backside of Tremont. I just wasn't. So that was the biggest surprise for me, just because I wasn't familiar.
Yeah.
So
probably what took me by surprise was exactly how much of an ass kick it was.
Yeah.
The grind through that and never be in a situation that you face that, so you have to figure it out on the fly. And like, it was just wild. Like unmarked course. It was a big scary event. Jigger Johnson. He is an actual figure too if you look him up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just everything it should be, and I'm glad it's getting the hype it is now, and it's well deserved.
Yeah.
And people are gonna get to see this weekend. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So moving forward, I guess to 2023 was the addition of, the 100-miler. And clearly, Nick and Jackie, you enjoyed your experience enough in 2022 to come back for more and level up to the 100-miler. Was that like a decision right after the race in 2022 where you're like, oh, I want more of this? Or when did you sort of commit to, 2023 and coming back?
I think that year it was the second we heard it was going to be an option. We're like, well, I mean, try.
Yeah.
We didn't get it that year, but it was still awesome to try it. The weather was crazy. Not that that's why we didn't get it, but it was definitely a rainy year. We learned a lot from it. We had a good time while we were there and got to come back the next year and at least
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like so there's a great, documentary from the 2023 edition of the race. Ethan and Cody, who have, done a lot of work for the White Mountain Endurance events, and they put together, just this great glimpse into the race that I feel like garnered so much just like excitement and appreciation for what we have here in the whites, and just the grit and tenacity of like you guys and like the other people out on the course. I mean, it's 2025 and people still are approaching you guys at races and be like, oh, I remember you from the documentary. And like, I love hearing that, when we're at bib pickup or things like that. And yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of just that documentary that was put together? Like, telling the story of the race, how did you feel like that shined a light on things? What aspects of that did you enjoy seeing after the fact?
Well, we knew they were going to ask us questions in the interview at Waterville Valley, and we knew they were going to follow us around sometimes, ask us a question, this or that. But the first time that we saw the video, we were blown away. We were like, holy, like, Ethan's amazing, Cody's amazing. Emily, she's a photographer too. She's a beast.
Oh yeah.
Just they they just made that video so special, and we're still blown away to this day about it. And it does sum up the mountains, and it
was wild. And Connor, I think there was another cameraman who did.
Okay.
Connor,
yeah, we had no idea. We were actually on vacation in the Dominican Republic when it came out, and we were like, oh my gosh. And the funny thing is, before that video, we DNF'd, we had this great experience. We're like, I don't know if we'll try again. And then we saw the video and we're both like, obviously we have to sign up.
Yeah, the story's not over. Yeah.
No. Yeah, exactly. At first we were like, yeah, DNF, we got the sticker, we're good. And then saw the video, we're like, we have to go back. And try to get it. And then we got it.
Yeah, they did such an amazing job, but we were still so impressed.
And we're nobody special. That's like we want to tell people, like, we're literally nobody. Like, we didn't grow up running. We just started this a few years ago, 5 years ago, and just kept trying to push the limits of who we could be as humans. And then we try to do it together. And like, people are like, yeah, you can't do, like, not saying you can't do it, but like this is gonna be too hard, and like
Yeah.
you can figure it out. Like it's meant to figure out and grind, and you can get it. That's for everybody out there. Like you can just figure it out and slowly grind, and it's just a little game. And like that, you don't have to be a special athlete. You don't have to be top of the pack. You can be just like us that are just trying to figure it out every year and try to knock off a little more. And next thing you know, here we are having an interview with you. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah. You know.
So yeah, I guess since we're here, I mean, may as well get into it. But so 2023 didn't go the way maybe that you had hoped, but also, so where exactly did you guys sort of bow out of the course?
We made our decision that it wasn't going to be happening for us before we even got to the turnaround. I think we were.
Okay.
The night was just so long and hard. We were going up table, making our way to Attitash, and just both destroyed. And both of us were like, not our year. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think, if we had gotten out of that mental mindset and pushed, we would have been fine, I think, to turn around. But we couldn't get out of our own way. We had made the decision.
And neither one, me or her, were like, no, let's just relax. Sit down on the side.
Yeah. You both were like, oh yeah, sounds great.
So the lessons we've learned, because like
Yeah.
now we know, it's like we would sit on the side of the trail, lie down, set an alarm for 10 minutes, just shut your eyes, just like, and it works
It really
wonders. And then
resets, yeah.
that would have got us to get to another point, but we didn't give ourselves that chance because we didn't know.
Now we know, major learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little reset.
And I guess for people listening to this, it's too late in regards to training. But what did you change training-wise between 2023 and 2024? Did you approach things in a different way at all leading up to the race?
Yeah,
we tweaked it a little more.
Well, we trained on the course, and I don't think we did that the first year as much, but we trained on every inch of the course with big training days, like 50K training days, or mountain marathon distance training days, and I think that really made a difference. And we, I don't know what else. Recovery River.
Yeah, stretching in the morning, taking like a walk every morning, take a mile walk, stretch.
We go to a river and like ice bath. That I think helped.
Nice.
Yeah. We didn't like. We're probably the worst person to ask about what we do for training because it would be recommended. But
I feel like what you said of just being on the course and sort of the specificity and knowledge that you get from that is huge. I just feel like that goes such a long way with an event like this, where just to know what's ahead of you, like, and be able to mentally prepare for what's coming is huge. Which is all the more impressive for the people traveling in from several states away who are on-siting this for the first time. I know last year we were joined by I remember there was a woman from like Hawaii, and like there was I was like, wow, just to not have been on the course at all before. I mean that's got to be something. But
it could be in your favor though too, right? Because if you don't know what's coming, you just keep.
True. Yes. Yeah.
Because it's happened to us at certain races. You have no clue what's happening, and then you're like, oh, let's go.
Yep. Just roll with it. Yeah. I mean, 2024, we were graced with some really great weather that weekend. It was definitely a different story from 2023, and you guys sort of, wrote another chapter in the Jigger Johnson book, which was awesome. And I got to, felt lucky enough to see you both cross the finish line. Just that was super special. Just the emotion of you guys coming across and being able to share that together. And, just that was huge. What were you guys feeling in that moment coming into Waterville Valley? And
all the endorphins. When we took the corner and you could see the finish line, Oh my gosh, it was just the best feeling ever. And all the foot pain we had, all the different leg pain, everything kind of disappeared as we crossed that finish line. I remember feeling like I couldn't even, take another step, and then we crossed, and all of a sudden I couldn't even feel my feet. It felt
Yeah, it's the most. I don't know. We still live off it every day. It changed our life, the trajectory, like, just keeps getting better. You like see life differently. I don't know. It's just one of those things you have to go through to understand, and handfuls of people do, and it's the best feeling ever. And we just want to keep finding new ways to find that little piece of life that is special to us. And when we can do it together, it's usually a challenge like that. That's just unbelievable. And now we have bigger things signed up, and we just keep it rolling. Like Jigga,
Yeah.
changed our minds on a lot of things, and now it's like, what's next in life? What else can we achieve? Like, we want to keep doing bigger things, like distance wise, and just getting things done. And it's amazing how a race can change your future. You know what I mean? It's like, it's pretty cool. And the community and just everybody involved in it. Like, now that we've been working there, it's like, it's amazing. It's like you can see all the sides of it, and it's a
so
cool,
special.
yeah, it's very special.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm curious, like, as, people who know each other, you know each other very well, like, how do you feel like you're able to support one another in, like, those challenging moments? Because I feel like it could go either way, where, like, you're both helpful for each other, but it could, also at the same time be, like, harder in a way of just, like, because I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's almost better to have, like, a pacer or a crew who, like, doesn't know you as well. They're sort of like, good cop, bad cop. Like, it's just like, I don't know, sometimes you need someone who doesn't, like, see you in the same way. But yeah, I'm curious how you've made that work for yourselves.
Definitely practice makes perfect. It definitely makes it easy. It's been years, 5 years plus.
Learning experience,
Yeah,
growing
we
pains.
definitely had arguments, and maybe I would pull her in a certain scene, like we should be going faster, or this vice versa. But it's like, then we figured out we can have a cool pace together. We figured out we don't want time involved in our life. We just want to finish.
Yeah.
That's why we're back of the Packers, and we love it. It's just like, it's a chill vibe back there. We try to set up ourselves for any races that we know we can achieve with like you said earlier, like grit and determination. It's like, that's our style. And
Yeah. And also, is he faster than me? I think so. But if we're going to stay together, I might not be able to keep up with his pace. So that's been part of it of, we're going to go my pace. And, I've naturally gotten a little bit faster, but we're still, like you said, mid to backpack. And we've gotten better at figuring out how to communicate. If I can tell he's in a low spot, it might actually pull me out of my low spot because I want to be there for him. And I can kind of, shake off whatever's going on with me to try to make him feel better. And he does the same with me. So it takes time.
yeah, dirt naps, man, dirt naps.
We take a lot of
I remember getting multiple photos of both of you
We
sleeping at
only
aid
we
stations.
like the dirt naps, and if Jackie's really tired, like, I'll tell her to shut her eyes for 4 minutes while I'm filtering water. Like,
yeah,
just
lifesaver.
filter her stuff, boom, boom, and then it's like that 3 or 4 minutes that it took. It's like she can, like, go grind up to North Moats. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a long night. And
Yeah.
yeah, we've learned a lot together, and it helps our relationship, and we're stronger as a couple because of it. And it's just from trail running.
I
Yeah,
love it.
love
Yeah,
it.
trail running
Yeah.
is feel like, I mean, yeah, it impacts everything in life for sure.
Exactly.
Um, well, here we are, the week of 2025, race day. You guys will not be pinning bibs on this year, but you'll be still very involved. So, yeah, where will people who are running find you out on the course?
Yeah, so we're going to be working bid pickup for Thursday night. So we'll be seeing those 100 milers who come early. We'll also be there Friday morning. So it'll be really, really nice to see everyone start, be on the other side of it. And then we're at Sawyer all weekend. So we get to see
Okay.
the 100 milers come through, the 50 milers. Yeah, that'll be
Sweet.
good.
um, well, yeah, let's dive into the weekend schedule. Marilyn, if you want to take us through, starting on Thursday, just, sort of the main series of events for
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it all kicks off on Thursday evening. We have packet pickup from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And everything happens right at the town center, right at Waterville Valley. And we'll have bid pickup from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. For those that purchase camping permits, I emailed those permits to people so they can print them out. And the campground opens, it's the Osceola campground. They open the reservations are good starting Thursday at 2 p.m. So people can go get settled in if they want and then come over to packet pickup in the evening. And then we have packet pickup Friday morning before the start. And that starts at 5:30. Yeah, 5:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Race starts at 7. So if you come in the morning on Friday, make sure you get there enough time to get your bib, leave your drop bags where they need to be, use the bathroom, do all the things, and be at the start line before 7 a.m. So, and then,
And the gear check will be right at bid
morning,
pickup
right at bid
or
pickup.
race morning.
Yeah. So if you pick up your bib on Friday night, you do have to have your gear checked on Friday morning, but that's totally fine. It can save you time on Friday night. You can get your bib, come over, hang out, chat with everybody. And then Friday morning, you just have to do your gear check and leave the drop bags. The drop bags are left on the race morning as well. And we'll have right there at the packet pickup, we'll have tarps set up with signs to say where are the aid stations, where those drop bags go. And then you just leave your drop bags wherever you need those to go. And that is so the 100 mile starts on Friday morning at 7 a.m. And then we have another, the last bid pickup will be Saturday morning. The bid pickup on Saturday starts at 4 a.m. because the 50 milers have to leave on the bus at 5 a.m. on Saturday. So 50 milers can pick up their bibs on Friday night, and on Thursday night, or Friday morning if they wanted to. But Saturday morning from 4 to 5, we'll have more bid pickup. And then also that is when the gear check is and when drop bags are left. And the shuttle buses, we have 2 buses. They arrive in Waterville Valley right there at the bid pickup at 4:50 a.m. And the bus leaves at 5. If you're not on the bus by 5, you're not going to get a ride to the start. So,
and yeah, just to reiterate or remind, I feel like because some people maybe didn't get the message last year, but you need for the 50 miler to be in Waterville Valley for the gear check.
Absolutely.
So don't just show up.
Yeah, you have to
or bid pickup. Yeah, don't show up on the other side and expect that.
No, there'll be no bibs there. There'll be no gear check there. So
so that would be a stressful situation for you. So make sure, come to Waterville Valley.
And leave the drop bags, and then we'll shuttle you over to the start. And that start is at 7 a.m. at South Moat. And then the bid pickup, we will stay open until 9 a.m. And the 20-mile race starts at 9. So the 20 milers can start coming. 20 milers can come for their bid pickup anytime. They could also come Thursday night if they wanted, or Friday morning. They can come any pickup time. But so bid pickup, we will stay open until 9, and the race starts at 9 on Saturday.
And for the 20 miler, is there also a gear check as well?
There is a gear check. And the required gear is on the website, and there is a tab for each distance race, the 100 mile, 50 mile, 20 mile. And if you click on that tab, then all of the details for that specific race will be under that. So the 20 mile gear requirements will be under the 20 mile tab. And for the 20 milers can leave drop bags there at the start finish. We will have an area set up so they can leave a drop bag. So when they cross the finish line, if they wanted to have something right there, we'll have an area for them.
Great. And let's chat about in terms of, yeah, maybe going into the aid stations on the course, just what people can expect in terms of, food, hydration options,
Yeah.
as well as, a reminder, you can share more, but we're a cupless race, so
We
don't
are
be
a cupless
expecting
race.
cups either.
We will not have
um,
cups for you. You need
yes.
to bring a reusable cup, and we are actually selling them at the that bid pickup. So if for some reason if you don't have one, or if you forgot it, then we will have some there for sale. And I'm just going to my I do have, and I'm sorry I didn't open this up before. I
No
do
worries.
have the
I'll give a quick
so
plug to
I
join the Jigger Johnson Facebook group because Marilyn posted some of the aid station menu earlier this week. So if you're not part of the
did.
Jigger Johnson Facebook group, it's a good place to go for some
Yeah.
insider information.
So every aid station will have the traditional items, which is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, bean roll-ups, and fruit, watermelon, oranges, bananas. We'll have pickles, boiled potatoes, pretzels, chips, trail mix, Mott's fruit snacks, Oreo cookies, dates, crystallized ginger, and sodas. We'll have like Coke, ginger ale, Mountain Dew, and we'll have electrolyte mix. We'll have Tailwind, and we will also have hot drinks. We'll have hot water, hot chocolate, and instant coffee, and we'll also have tea. But just to note, the only time we will not have that is on the 100 miler on the Osceola outbound, the very first aid station. We will not have it set up then, but it will be at every other aid station. We'll have the hot drinks. And then in addition to those will be at all the aid stations. And then in addition to that, at the different aid stations, we have a menu depending on the aid station. So at Osceola, we'll have soup, ramen. Actually, let me go back. We will not have that. I apologize. We will not have that because it's only the first time through, which is in the morning. Hancock, we will have for the 50-mile, we'll have soup, ramen, vegan broth, chicken broth, instant mashed potatoes, and we'll have pancakes in the morning. And at Hancock, we'll have quesadillas, ramen, vegan broth, chicken broth, instant mashed potatoes, and we will have pancakes and bacon in the morning on Saturday and Sunday. And at Sawyer, where Nick and Jackie will be, they will be making you wraps, turkey and cheese, hummus and avocado. And we'll have chili and rice, and we'll have ramen, vegan broth, chicken broth, instant mashed potatoes, and they will be making you pancakes in the morning on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are good cooks, Nick and Jackie.
Yeah.
Hope you've been practicing.
Lots of smiles, lots of hugs, lots of wisdom.
Yes. Yeah, they'll have plenty of smiles. And at Bartlett, we will have pasta with meat, both meat and vegan something with the pasta. And we'll have ramen, vegan broth, chicken broth, and instant mashed potatoes. And they will have pancakes in the morning on Saturday and Sunday as well. And at South Moat, we'll have potato soup, which is amazing. If you've had our potato soup before, it's absolutely incredible. And grilled cheese, ramen, vegan broth, chicken broth, instant mashed potatoes, and they will also have pancakes and bacon in the morning. And also just to note, we will have like gluten-free and vegan options available at all of the aid stations for these foods.
Awesome. And then if you're lucky enough to make it to the finish line, there's some awesome post-race food awaiting, right, Marilyn?
Yeah, we will be doing what we did last year, which was worked out really, really well, is we do a box meal from the Waterville Valley Pizza that's right there in the town center. And they're going to do sandwiches and chips and a snack in a little box. So after you cross the finish line, when you get your finisher award, we hand out a meal ticket, so you can we'll have all those boxed meals right there at the start finish. So you'll get your meal right there, and then also a ticket for Papa Bean's ice cream, of course. Papa Bean's will be there as well. Yeah.
Jackie and Nick, did you have a Papa Bean's post 100 last year, or were your stomachs too wrecked for that?
We did, and the box lunch. Oh my God, we were ravenous. It's so good. Yeah, so it's great, and we love Papa Beans. It's always delicious.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. We'll have DJ Stomp will be there for a couple of chunks of time on Saturday and Sunday. So
he's not gonna be there for all 54 hours, just rocking out.
I can promise you, I'll be playing the tunes when he's not there. So
Marilyn's got good playlists, so
we
all know. Awesome. And yeah, maybe if you could add a few comments just related to like crew and spectators, what should they expect, and any rules and things to note for them.
Yes. So this is, as you know, the White Mountain National Forest. The trailheads are not very big, and one of the stipulations in our permit is we cannot have spectators and crew at the aid stations. And these are all public trails open to the public, so there will be people out there hiking, and people need to have space to park and go hike. So if you have a runner who's running and you want to help support, we do still have slots available at our aid stations. So you can volunteer at an aid station, and you can take anything you want for that runner. You would be a volunteer at the aid station supporting all of the runners coming through. But if you wanted to have something special for your runner when they get there and just be there to support them, then certainly you can do that as well. But the start finish is going to be amazing. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. The town center and the pond is beautiful. There's shops, there's restaurants, and it's just a really great place to hang out. You can bring dogs.
Yeah. And
so absolutely to come down and hang out at the start finish area is just, it'll be a really fun time. And so you can do that. We do allow pacers for the 100 mile and the 50 miler. And you can have pacers join you starting at Sawyer, Nick and Jackie's aid station. So that's where you can pick up your pacers, and then you can pick them up at any aid station after that. So for the 100 miler, when you're heading outbound, you can start picking up there, and then any aid station continuing out or back. And then 50 milers starting at the moats, coming to Waterville Valley. Once they hit Sawyer, they can pick up a pacer at any aid station from there onwards. But pacers have to be picked up at an aid station. You can't just have people jump in and pace you anywhere. So at that aid station, that's where they will check in. So when you get to that aid station, the crew will help you. They will do the gear check. The pacers have to carry the same required gear that the runners do, and that is on the website. Everything is listed. So the crew at that aid station will check the gear, and then you'll sign a waiver, and the crew will give you a pacer bib that you do need to wear for the race when you are out there on the trail. And then when your runner gets there, then you can join your runner on the trail.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's helpful information for sure. So yeah, let's see. I haven't actually looked at the weather forecast. What are the temps?
And it's gonna be hot.
Okay.
It's gonna be sunny and more. Yeah, it's gonna be in the 80s during the day. So.
Oh boy. Yeah.
But as we all know, that at nighttime those temps can really drop, so you want to make sure you are prepared with proper gear. Even though like on the website we did say depending on the weather we could add additional required gear, which is like the extra, like the gloves and the hats and the puffies, but we're not requiring that. But those of you that are familiar with doing ultras, or especially in the White Mountains, it's really kind of good to have those anyway, because it does get cold. And just your body is going through so much and sweating, and then,
Make a nice pillow if you're taking a dirt nap, too.
Exactly.
Certainly better than a rock.
Yeah.
Awesome. what else? What else do we want to cover before we dive into the competition?
Yeah, let me see what else. Drop bags. I did mention the pre-race email just to let people know, just to make sure that we really do prefer waterproof bags. If you have a dry bag or a waterproof bag, just because no, we're not expecting rain, but still these bags are getting, we
Yeah.
try to be very, very careful with them when we're packed, but these are being hauled around. We're putting them in trucks. We're leaving them at the aid stations. When people are coming through quickly grabbing stuff, people could spill water or whatever. And so we really do prefer that. But if not, at least have a bag that you can close, that has a zipper, because any kind of a tote bag that's like open, stuff can fall out. And we wouldn't want you to get to an aid station and stuff is like missing from your bag. So a secure bag is really nice. And then best thing to do is to use duct tape to label the bag with your name, your bib number, and definitely make sure you put the aid station that bag goes to. Because even though you are leaving it on a specific tarp with a sign at the drop, we still need to check to make sure that we are delivering the bags to the right aid station. So if the label is not out on there and it happens to like fall into another area, we want to make sure you get your drop bag to the right aid station.
So name, number, and location. Those are the three main things.
Yeah.
You try to have a unique bag, so it doesn't look like all 100 other people's bags.
Exactly. That helps for sure. And then also on the website, you can find the aid station. It's the breakdown of what aid station it is, the mileage in between the aid stations, and then the total miles that you total from the start. And then it also gives the cutoffs for those aid stations. So you'll have those. And there are the different, obviously there's the different ones for the 100 mile and the 50 mile. So make sure you're looking at the correct one so you know what your cutoff times are. And reiterate again, we are cupless. We will not have cups. We will not have cups at the station. Make sure you bring your reusable cup.
Yes. Yeah. Bring your reusable cup or purchase one.
You've heard it here.
Yeah. And otherwise, you'll have to get very creative.
And lastly, we will have live tracking. So absolutely, we'll have live tracking. And I did add that link in the pre-race email. And I also put it on the Facebook page. So the bibs will be chipped. And then when you go through the aid station, your bib will be scanned. And that's how we track. So you will be tracked at the aid station. The time is uploaded for that aid station. So anyone who's tracking you on the live tracker, they can see your time that you got to that aid station. But I do want to just remind people, just bear in mind that this is the White Mountains and we use Starlink, but still it can be kind of spotty. So there may be a delay. The times will record, so they will be uploaded, but it may, depending on the situation of, the service, it could maybe be a delay in it uploading actually to the live tracker. So just to be mindful of that.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, can't trust the connection in the Whites, that's for sure. But yeah, no, it's really great that we are able to have some, at least semi live tracking.
Yeah, and we're making every effort to like make sure.
Yeah,
we have a lot of equipment coming out from Arizona for the timing and for the Starlinks, and we've learned over the last couple of years, where do we put the Starlink at this particular aid station?
Definitely an art, yeah.
So we've learned a lot over the last 2 years for sure with how to get that signal that we need. So
awesome, and yeah, we'll have some great photographers out on the course, and I'll be also bopping around doing some social media updates here and there. So yeah, tune in on, most of it will probably be on Instagram, White Mountain Endurance, but also, on our Facebook, as well as sometimes our Strava community as well. We share some updates on. Awesome. And then related to drop bags, when can people expect to pick those up post-race? I know that's always a question.
I know, so. It's always a question, and I wish so bad that we had a way to just like get those drop bags back like instantly, but again, the course, it's spread. I mean, how we have to drive to get from Waterville up across the Kank and back, and it's they're just so remote. So we
Yeah.
do our very, very best to get them back as quickly as possible, but we cannot guarantee the timings. What we do is we will, through the whole race, we do have crew scheduled to go out and do runs and bring back bags. But then what can happen is we might have an emergency somewhere, or we might have to resupply something. So there are other tasks that need to be done, during that time. So we will keep bringing them back. Like, we'll stop by the aid stations, any of the discarded bags we'll bring back. But all that we can promise is they will be all back to the Waterville Valley by the end of the race. But we'll have, at the start finish, we'll have an area just like when at the beginning of the race, when they're leaving the bags, we'll have the same thing set up on the return. So we'll have signs for all the aid stations. So when those bags come back, we'll put them right there in front of those signs. So you can keep checking at those signs to see if your bag has come back yet or not. So, and we do like I said, we're doing our very best. And again, it's another thing that we've really been learning over the last couple of years on how to be more efficient with that, and how can we, make an effort to get as quickly as possible.
Perfect. Well, it's a good opportunity to come down and just hang out at the, the finish line and cheer people on. It's definitely, just that emotion at the finish line is a worthwhile event of its own to be part of. So, come down after, if you were running and you've already finished. First, get a solid nap, and then come hang out and cheer on your fellow competitors. Sweet. Any other things, Marylyn, that you want to touch upon before we go through some of the runners this weekend?
I think that's it. We have some really cool Jigger Johnson merch this year.
Oh yeah. And where can people find that?
At the start finish. Yeah.
Okay.
There's some really cool mugs that we got, some ceramic mugs, 2 different styles. And we'll have those right at at the packet pickup. We always have some merch for sale, and then it'll be moved over to where the start finish line is. We'll have merch set up for the whole duration of the event, so they can buy it right there.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's go through some of the entry lists and touch upon some of the field for both the 100-miler, 50-miler, and 20-miler. Like we were saying, it is the biggest field yet for Jigger Johnson, and just some really strong contenders, quite a few returning runners, as well as some new names to the list. Let's kick things off with the 100-miler. Have Ultra sign up pulled up here, and we have 53 entrants currently. Think that's a little more than last year. And how many finishers did we have last year?
Actually, this year we ended up with 54. We have 54 now.
54. Awesome. Yeah. And if I remember correctly, the first year of the 100-miler, were there 14 or so finishers, maybe? And then I think we got 20, 24.
Right. I have to look up that.
We'll pull it up because it's certainly a select bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like 14 finishers in 2023. Led, some real strong contenders. Let's see, 2024. I think we had 24, maybe 27 in the 100-miler. 27 finishers. So almost doubled our numbers. So we'll see this year how many it'll be. How many are you guessing, Nick? What do you think?
How many people starting?
54, you said, Marylyn?
I'm gonna go
54, yes.
I'm gonna go the weather's perfect. People are gonna watch this and realize they can take dirt naps. I'm gonna say 34.
34. Jackie, what do you think?
I'm going with what Nick said. I think definitely next year, maybe even a little more. Maybe we'll inch towards 40 though, because again, that dirt nap suggestion really makes
perfect weather.
Yeah.
You got the time.
All right. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Great. Everyone's gonna finish.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for everyone, so
Of course.
not realistic, but I really hope everyone gets to the finish line, and if not this year, then 2026 is waiting for you. So just like Nick and Jackie, you know,
Yep.
it's not
Yep.
over the first time. Come back for more, and you'll keep learning, keep improving, and yeah, story's not over. um,
There's
so yeah,
there's a
leading
lot
the
to be
field.
said.
I'm very excited. Oh yeah, Nick, what were you saying?
There's a glitch. I said there's a lot to be said for just anyone that's going to toe the line to attempt the 100
Yeah,
because you can't train for this 100 or any 100. You got to just go for it. So that's huge in itself. So
totally.
everyone's finished
No,
line.
I mean to be able to sign up for something like this, like that takes a lot of just that's awesome. So and just the training to get to this point, like I can only imagine, you know, people have put in hundreds, you know, of hours and, you know, probably hundreds of thousands of feet of climbing and it's just like so yeah, props to all you showing up on Friday morning. And yeah, just, you know, maybe this is a cliche, but you know, the race, as they say, is the celebration of all that training that got you to that point. So try to, you know, you'll certainly be suffering, but try to enjoy it and really, you know, make some good memories out there because, yeah, it is sort of a super special thing that we all, you know, get to be a part of.
It really is. And I think too the camaraderie out there, like Marilyn, what you were saying about that first year of the 50, but we also were so lucky to have that experience last year. There's a group of us that kind of stayed together for so many miles of the race, and I think
Yeah.
that's a big difference of just having those people to keep each other company and get through some of the dark times together. So
Yeah, definitely strength in numbers. Yeah, it can be hard being alone in your own head, so rely on, you know, the mental energy of other people and yeah, never don't make quick decisions, you know, like because there's always, you know, that other opportunity or chance and you know it's kind of like a roller coaster out there. You'll have some lows and you'll have some highs and it's
Even at the
never
aid stations, even
yeah.
at the aid stations, it's like, you know, when you come in and you know you might be just feeling so down and you're like, I'm done. You know what? Take your time. And I know Nick
Take
and
time,
Jackie,
yeah.
and they'll be right there encouraging people. It's like, you know what? Take your time, relax, have something to eat, take a rest, you know, and then you never know, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever. Then you're like, yeah, I can go again. You
Yeah.
know? So.
Yeah, it's definitely not your typical race, you know. It's like in terms of just, you know, you have 54 hours, is that the cutoff? And you know, in some ways it's more like a through hike of just like, you know, you have a lot of time to work with. Like you do have to, you know, sort of that relentless forward progress, but you also, yeah, do have time to rest and reset. So don't feel like, oh, go, go, go. I know like maybe in another race it feels strange to stop for 10, 20 minutes, but like that's common practice at, you know, this kind of event and will help you in the long run.
100%.
So yeah, don't be afraid about that. Well, let's kick it off with I'm really excited to go through some of these contenders. Peter Bonito, who many of us know from past White Mountain Endurance races, one of the podium finishers in the inaugural year of the White Mountain Endurance Cup. And yeah, last year he sort of was mixing it up and doing something different by running shorter to him races. You know, he tends to be an ultra guy and wanted to see how he held up in our cup and more in that 20 to 30K range. And yeah, it was really exciting to see him throw down on some of those short races. But I know he's sort of maybe getting back to his roots in the ultra stuff. And yeah, I know he puts in so much work. So really excited to see yeah, Peter out on the course, and I feel like with Peter in the field, that course record is certainly in contention. And then yeah, a lot of strong people. So I mean, who else to mention? Ed Clifford, multiple, time winner of uh, Bubba's Backyard. He also won the Back Cove Backyard Ultra earlier this summer. That guy is, as tough as it gets. He he knows how to, yeah, just suffer and be out there for a long time. I know he was a recent addition. I think he signed up in the last couple of weeks. So that's kind of, I don't know, those people always I know last year there was some people that signed up like the week out for the 100, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I hope you've been thinking about this for a while, but yeah, Ed, and then Matt Rogers, who's been here before. You'll know him for his epic beard. He also had a really strong race earlier this beginning of the year at Frozen Yeti, the Tarctic Frozen Yeti down in Massachusetts, with a new course record there. One of the few winter ultras around here. Let's see, who else on this
Yeah,
list?
we have
Jonathan Western. Who is that?
our Arizona family, our crew coming
Yes,
out.
yes, yeah. Our
Heidi
Arizona
Allen
crew.
and Aaron Barber.
Aaron Barber from Phoenix, Arizona, for sure, and Heidi Allen. Yeah, the two of them have been putting in the work. They were here last year on the staff side of things and got a lot of time on the course, learned a lot. So they know what they're getting into. I know, yeah, just from their Stravas, they've been racking up that vert. Yeah, I'm excited to see how they do. Yeah, I was gonna mention Jonathan Western, who was our winner in the 12 hour at White Lake Ultras earlier this year with a really strong performance. Um, let's see, who else do we have? A lot of returners. Yeah, on the women's side, along with Heidi. We have Erica Notini, who she's done really well at both Bubba's Backyard. She was, I think, the third woman last fall with 108 miles. And Bubba is yeah, pretty tough course. She's done well in a lot of New England ultras. We have Allison Powell from Bozeman, Montana. Meg Miller, who was has run a bunch of our events in the past at Kilkenny, and I think last year she did the 50 miler, so bumping up to the 100 miler, which is awesome to see. Who else? Elizabeth Fay, who I think was in the, what did she do last year? Maybe the 50 miler, I think. And yeah, I love seeing people who, okay, they did the 50 last year. It's like, I want more. Let's do the 100. Yeah, I mean, I'll mention everyone. We have Vivian Juan from New York, Tari Tan, who is a friend of mine from the TARC community, Allison Sullivan, also great runner from the area,
And Dan, Allie and Dan.
Allie and Dan, yeah, and
times stepping up to the 100.
Yeah.
oh,
So we're
sweet.
excited.
And we have to give a shout out to our very own.
Yeah. So we'll be really excited to see them finish and actually get the 100 after doing the 50 a couple times.
Yep. Sweet. Yeah, and then
we have to shout out to Chris Manwaring.
Oh yeah, of
yes,
course.
Chris for sure. Yeah, I'll mention the last woman before I forget because I just have the woman pulled up. But Heidi Hall from Maryland. So we have 9 women in the field this year, which is awesome. But yeah, Chris, super psyched to have him out on the course. He's had a solid year with some strong performances already, and I that'll be great seeing him at aid stations. And he's also, for those that don't know, the Whoopie Mile world champion. So he's got that accolade to his running resume. Let's
If
see.
you see a banana out there on, running on the trails, it could be him.
Yeah, it could.
You never know.
Wild
never know.
banana on the trail. You never know. Yeah, just a lot of awesome names on this list. We'll move along to the 50 miler. Do you have a up-to-date number, Marilyn, on your end for how many 50-mile runners we have in the field?
84.
84. Awesome. And yeah, it looks like we have around 60 or so men and 20 or so women in the field. We'll kick it off on the women's side. We have Ashley Euland.
Yeah.
Excited to have her back. She was third place last year in the 50-mile. If I remember correctly, was that essentially like a tie finish? Or
yeah, she tied for. I thought it was first. Didn't they tie for first?
No, they tied for I think third. Yeah,
third.
Larissa Davis was
yeah.
first, but yeah, they tied for third, which is awesome. She also had a really strong race at White Lake earlier this year. Definitely it's funny, I love the White Lake Jigger, such two totally different events.
I know.
But
it's just such a great race for the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's an awesome kickoff.
And yeah.
Get your running legs under you after the winter. Another returner from our winner from Kilkenny Ridge Race 50 miler last year with Taylor Miller. She'll be in the 50. We have, who else do we got? Our 100-mile winner from last year on the women's side, Katja Fink. She won in a course record last year, 37 hours. That was super impressive. So really excited to see what she'll be able to do in the 50 miler. Who else do we got, guys? Let's see. We have Jody Dicio from Concord, New Hampshire. Yeah, a lot of new names. And on the men's side, let's see who we got.
Mike Conley.
I was gonna say Mike Conley. He'll be right up at the front throwing down. Excited to see him. He also, similar to Peter last year, mixed it up with the cup, and fun to see some of his leg speed, especially on those descents. That guy can rip. So Mike Conley, he leveled up with the second place in the 24-hour at White Lake earlier this spring. But I know he's at home in the mountains. So yeah, a course like this will certainly suit him really well.
Clark
Allen. Yeah, another great name in the mix. Nigel Bates, who ran some of our Cup Series last year with Kilkenny and Chikura, and he also did race the Cog earlier this summer. Ben Quattromoni from Newport, Rhode Island, who has done, he won Cruel Jewel last year, the 100-miler, second at Manitou's Revenge, so some really rugged, tough races. So he's got the experience for a race like Jigger. We have, let's see, Brendan Gilpatrick from Waterville, Maine, the other Waterville that we have around here. Matt Carboni, who finished the 100 last year. We've got quite a few names in the mix. And any other names that you guys can think of in the 50? There's too many names to mention, but
I know. So I have to look at the list again.
If we haven't mentioned your name, we are still certainly rooting for you. And yeah,
rooting for everyone. Oh, I forgot to mention for the 100, it's so great when you see a DNF who comes back to get redemption. And I know
Absolutely.
Steve Blase is one of those runners.
Yes. Big shout out to Steve.
We'll be so excited to see him finish too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really, it was a jumble of all words, but we were saying our friends Dan and Allie Sullivan, who did the 50 a couple times, their backyard literally runs through Violet Experimental Forest. They're going for the 100 this year, so
and they're so strong.
Definitely rooting for them, 100%.
Yeah, they've been doing it.
They nail it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Take home that buckle. Yeah.
And it's a sweet buckle. So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's a buckle and maybe a pretty sweet sticker too, right? But like buckle's certainly better. I just thought it was so funny how many people wanted the stickers last year. So I hope we have plenty.
Yes, I have big old pile of stickers and a couple of 100-mile goodies that they'll get at packet pickup.
All right, nice.
Prizes.
And then we have our 20 miler, which, Fast and Furious. It's pretty crazy to see some of the times people throw down on the 20-mile course. For reference, last year's times, we had Dan Kurtz and Lauren Gregory as our inaugural champions, and so course record holders as well. Dan Kurtz 3:23 for 20 miles in the whites, pretty wild. Lauren Gregory in 3:42, and then Peter, who ran 3:47, coming back for the 100. He'll be out there for just a few more hours than 3 hours for the 100. Maybe 10 times as long, but so that course, it's got some sort of runnable miles out of the gate, and then it gets real steep on remind me the mountain, the
big Greeley Ponds, which will be very
Greeley Pond,
and then go up the backside of Osceola,
yeah,
and then down,
and then they've got the crazy descent off of Osceola,
and then up Road, and then over to Tecumseh, down, and then running back down.
Nice runnable finish.
Trails. And we have 166.
Wow, that's awesome.
In the
and quite a few. For those following along, this will be our third race in the White Mountain Endurance Cup. So we kicked it off with Chikura Mountain Race back in June, and then just a couple weeks ago, the Baldface Scramble, the 29K there. And White Mountain Endurance Cup, for those not familiar, 4 great sub-ultra races here in the Whites, the 3 that I just mentioned, and then Kilkenny Ridge Race next month to round out the series. And if you complete 3 of the 4 races, you have completed the cup, and we have some cool prizes and awards for that, as well as for our top contenders. So for the winners of the White Mountain Endurance Cup, they earn a spot on the White Mountain, the Northeast division of the Aravaipa racing team, which is really cool. And then, we've got some other nice prizes. Quite a few folks who this will be either their second or third race. We have several dozen people competing in the cup this year, and you can find the current leaderboard on Ultra Sign Up. If you search White Mountain Endurance Cup, you'll be able to see the standings for the season so far. I might actually just pull that up right now.
While you're pulling that up, I'll just mention too. So for the cup, as you mentioned, you can run all 4 or at least 3 out of the 4. So for those of you, if you're running Jigger and this is your 3rd one and you're not planning on doing Kilkenny, make sure you let us know when you cross the finish line, because we can give you, we have the finisher awards now for this race, so that if you're only doing the 3, so at the finish line, we'll give you your White Mountain Endurance finisher award as well. Podiums will be after Jigger, after Kilkenny.
Awesome.
Sorry. But the finisher awards we'll have available starting with Jigger.
I'm having trouble pulling up the standings. but let's see. One moment here. Well, we'll go into the field. We'll start with the men's side. We have coming off a recent victory at Baldface, Matt Zanchi, who threw down just a couple weeks ago. So excited to have him back in the mix. We have Sam Galati, who is also coming off a second place at Baldface, as well as second place at Chikura Mountain Race. So hopefully, maybe a first place to add to that. Eli Nixon from Portland, Maine. We have Aaron Newell in the field from Vermont. We've got the infamous Buck Naked making a great return. So he had a 9th place finish at Chikura Mountain Race, and then 4th place at Baldface Scramble.
I'm gonna bum a cigarette off him this week.
What was that?
I said I'm gonna bum a cigarette off him this week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's quite the character out there on the course. We had Brian Scandinova, who recently won the 14K at Baldface a couple weeks back, and 5th place in the Race the Cog Elite Wave. Andrew McGibbon from Vermont. We have Carter Tracy, who's currently 3rd in the series. And he's been, some really solid performances coming from Carter. Pretty deep field in the 20 miler. Should be pretty tight racing up front on the men's side. And on the women's side, we have a member of our Aravaipa racing team, Samantha Stymek, from Vermont, who is in the mix. We have Grace Munger, who is coming off a really strong performance at Baldface Scramble, sort of a newer name to the I'd say the mountain sort of circuit here in the Northeast. Our first result on Ultra Sign Up, but coming out with a bang. 2nd place at Baldface Scramble behind Haley Heinrich is no joke. And Denali Balser from Vermont. Who else do we got in the field here? We have Katarina Malone, Ariana Pike. Both the Pikes have been doing the Cup this season. We have Kayla Colby, who is also in the Cup with some top 10 results here. Anika Rawlick, who also was 3rd place at Baldface Scramble and then 5th at Chikura Mountain Race. Quite a few returners from the podiums or the top 10s. I'll be, that race goes by so quick. It's just such a stark contrast to like the 100 mile and the 50 mile. We're like, all right, it's going to take its time. Like, don't have to be in a rush. And, the 20 mile race is over before you know it. They just make their way around that loop so quick.
Amazing. Yeah.
So, and what is Marylyn, the time cutoff for the 20 miler?
The 20 miler, I have to look that up. I'm sorry.
All good. Sorry to throw you on the spot.
No worries. Let me get to that. 20 miler is let's see, time limit. Nope. Wow. I am going to have to. Well, the website says 24 hours.
Well, we can get back to that one, but
let me. You know what? I'm going to look up, and I think actually it might have been because of the fact that we're still out there anyway for the 50 mile and the 100 mile. So that's probably why. And the aid station is still open. Yeah.
And honestly, I gotta say, for the just thinking back when we're talking about the field and people are excited to see, we can't forget our other own Chase. We're so excited to see Chase.
Yes.
He's going to do
Ah, yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, can't forget, someone who has been a great volunteer at times, Jonathan Zoller. We remember
Yes.
he's a
Yes,
travel.
Jonathan.
So we're so
Part of the
excited to see, um, you know, all these amazing runners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love like just it's so fun to, race after race, the community that forms around, these events and just, New England community in general. Like it's a pretty close knit family here in the Northeast. Yeah, a lot of familiar faces, at all the races, and it's just fun to see, people's journeys in the sport. And yeah, so we're rooting for all of you. Um, but yeah, I mean, on that note, I think we've covered quite a bit. It's getting late here on our end, and I know we got to give Marilyn her rest, and she'll have a long. We'll all have long weekends ahead,
Everyone will.
but
Nick and Jackie, they'll be
yeah,
It's going to be
out
amazing.
yeah,
there
We're
cooking.
so excited to see everyone and be on the other side of it. And
It's actually it's exciting. Like it's hard to you don't even really feel tired because you're just so
it's so
excited.
energizing. Yeah,
Yeah, you're so excited to see everyone and keep things going and make sure everyone's having a great time. And so
yeah. It's funny, like being at I feel like I go to a lot of ultras every year and be at the finish line, and it's just like hard to remove yourself because you're just like,
it
if I
is.
leave now, like I'm gonna miss so and so, or
Yeah.
like it's just like even going to the bathroom, I'm like I don't want to miss like so and so finishing. But yeah, you just get so like I don't know, so drawn in, and yeah, I just love that aspect. But I appreciate all of you, our OG Jigger Johnson crew from 2022. Pretty much half the field of the 50 miler on this call. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on and sharing some insights from from the early years and from Nick and Jackie, your 100-mile experience and your success on the course. You just bring so much to this event and are such a integral part of the Jigger Johnson story. So yeah, thank you for that. I look forward to seeing you all throughout the weekend.
Yeah, you'll
We'll
be there the whole time
close.
too.
Yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
awake almost the entire time too.
Yeah, I feel like I've got at least maybe an easier job than certainly some, but yeah, follow along on White Mountain Endurance, the social medias, live tracking. Um, if you've got a runner running, send lots of good vibes their way. And yeah, we look forward to seeing everyone at the finish line in Waterville Valley, whether that's Saturday or Sunday. And on that note, we will close out this episode of the White Mountain Endurance Podcast. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Pat.